Hi, my name is Robert C. Ayala, and I want to be like Teddy Roosevelt. Let me show you how. First, I want to send a request for help to all of you. This fax was sent to Congressman Jeffries in New York City. I already had sent one to AOC, and I had sent some to a few senators, and I had sent some to the Democratic Party of Iowa and Nevada. And what I am asking for today is for your help. Not to elect me, but to allow a process that goes forward where all parties in this country are respecting you. There isn't a person today who truly, other than the diehard base, who wants to see a rematch of Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Nobody. And if it's not Donald Trump, then it's somebody more dangerous who's going to do more and restrict more of our rights. So, I wanted to ask for your help. I wanted to ask for you to help America, to push polls, to open the doors for everyone. I might not be the best person, and I don't ask my friends for subscriptions. I don't ask them to like videos, and I won't ask for your vote. I'll just tell you who I am, and you decide what you want to do. But we can't have 12 people on the other side, and every single one of them is advocating for restraint on your rights, to take something away from you. Every single one of them. And Joe Biden can't do anything either, because he's on the other side trying to take things away from you. So I wanted to go over a letter that I've written, and then I want to talk to you about Teddy Roosevelt, and then I want to show you an example of the insanity that we live in, because it affects me personally at home and with my family and with my friends. I believe I'm a real Democrat in practice, not in name only. I try to help people whenever I can. Anybody who knows me knows this to be true. We've all made mistakes in our lives. I'm no different. I'm an orphan, went through the whole system. It's not really relevant. It does not define who I am. I define who I am. So, my question is, why does the Democratic Party in Iowa support a change of venue to South Carolina, a state that did not even vote to send Obama to the White House? Iowa Democrats should allow the first-in-nation primary to move forward. Otherwise, it seems we are no different than Republicans who seek to repress the vote every opportunity they get. I never thought the Democratic Party would follow suit, even though there will be those that say I am biased. I probably am. But here in New York, the people I talk to, few seem to think that such an elder as Joe is capable as someone as young as me or someone as young as Ron DeSantis, who is 44 years old, extremely dangerous, and will destroy Biden verbally and in image, looks, and communication skills. Who thinks otherwise? Do you? I don't. And his plan, President Biden's plan to win, is no debates. And he expects all of us in the whole country to sit by and not hear what his great plans are for the next 4 years, while we have 12 talking heads on the other side telling us how many rights they're going to take from us. Truth is, most Americans with half a brain, and I don't say that because the reality is I don't think you have to be fundamentally a smart person today to know that generally people who are 80 years old are not flying planes, sitting on court benches as judges. They're generally in retirement homes. It's not a slight. It's just the reality of humans. We have a very limited time on this planet. And we have a world full of despots and tyrants who look and see weakness. They see weakness in somebody who's 80 years old. Why wouldn't they? It's not, you don't see an 80-year-old go getting in a boxing match. We don't put 80-year-olds in MMA fights, do we? I mean, barely can walk up the stairs, 80-year-olds, right? We have chair lifts for them in their homes. We have these little things that, help them. And it's not a problem. The bones get old. It just, things break down. We don't put 80-year-olds as quarterbacks of NFL teams. There's no place in the society, in the world, other than in respecting our elders and taking care of our grandparents, where we put folks who are of a certain age in charge and pretend that they have it all there. Okay? So, the truth is, most Americans with half a brain will care less about extreme social policies. They will. Versus putting someone in office, that's Joe Biden, who in all reality will defer to their vice. It's going to happen. Everybody knows it. Whether it's 1 month or 2 months, Kamala Harris will be the president, and she will claim the mantle of every single title, and she has earned none of them. I'm sorry, she's earned none of them. I mean, at least if you're going to give a title, okay, I have no problem running side by side with Hillary Clinton. She has her flaws, but, she deserves the title more. There's a few other women that have done more. Miss Harris didn't even clear number 3 in the primary in her home state of California. So this idea that we're going to put a guy in there and 6 months later he's going to be all fine and dandy and we're not going to be having Miss Kamala Harris as the president for the next 3 years is just ridiculous. It's time for the Democratic Party to actually be the party of the people. And the real silent majority is the W-2 majority. I keep saying this. The W-2 people, you folks who work, you pay your taxes, you go to work, you struggle, you put your lives on debt, you pay your credit card debt down, you don't declare bankruptcy, you don't get to absolve your student loans. The pandemic really hurt you because it made you come behind, right? And you didn't get all the same benefits as everybody else because you work and you take care of your family. Democrats should not underestimate the tax implications of the people you govern. Joe simply won't win again. It just won't. No matter how many fake polls you generate, I am a Democrat and I believe people should come first. However, Republicans will destroy everything we hold dear should they win. And Doug Jones will lose his Senate race, diluting Democratic power in the Senate even more because there was just some fluke there. It's Alabama. Alabama's not going to suddenly elect Doug Jones again. The whole state is Republican. It's not going to go. It already is prepping a candidate. It knows it's going to get its seat back. This is not up for debate. This is just for people who live in La La Land. This is different. We have people who want to tell you what to do. They want to control your lives. Everything they're doing is against the articles of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights that everyone claims to love and hold so dear. Okay? So Doug Jones will lose his Senate race, diluting Democratic power in the Senate even more. And a Supreme Court that becomes a 7-2 conservative will destroy all rights and elections forever. Just ask Florida. We don't need to just go back to ask Florida. Go back to Florida in 2000. History repeats itself. Hello, Al Gore, although he would have been a terrible president. I'm sorry, Al Gore. The world hasn't ended with your environmental policies and you're still flying around on jets, yet you told everybody that they should sit back and consume. All right? So, A Supreme Court that becomes 7-2 conservative will destroy all rights and elections forever. Just ask Florida. They will cut the maps. They will change everything. They will carve these districts out. Folks, we know this. We're going to literally become... States shouldn't be totally blue and states shouldn't be totally red. They should be purple. Slightly darker purple if it's blue, slightly lighter purple if it's red, right? But they shouldn't be solid red or solid blue. Something's gone wrong. Meanwhile, Joe Biden bans menthol cigarettes. Yeah, did you hear what I said? Meanwhile, Joe Biden bans menthol cigarettes. How out of touch and arrogant to impose one view on a whole race of people. And folks, hear me out. This is exactly why Roe versus Wade is no more. Did you hear me? This is exactly why Roe versus Wade is no more. You know why? Because we all forgot what it means to be free. We forgot what it means to be free. We are not children of humanity. We're children of whatever creator you believe we are a creator of, but we are not a creation of humanity. We are meant to be free. America is the land of the free. And we have tyrants and despots on both sides of the table telling you what to do. And I don't want to tell you what to do. And I will always put you before anything else. I'm a real Democrat in practice, not in name and only. You don't have to vote for me, but you have to get out there and tell the people you vote for that we need a lively debate on where we're going in the country. And the other side has shown their cards. We know what they want. They want to take away rights. It doesn't matter what their religious aspect is. They're going to take away something that they don't want you to have because they think they know better. And so what I would like to do today is I want to show you another guy. And his name is Theodore Roosevelt. And he was the 26th president, and I want to be like Teddy. You know, it's just one of these weird things in my life. I don't know, but I do think a lot of us all think alike in some things. And certain things ring true for others. And maybe because I was an orphan and everything that's gone about at that, I have a different idea of what other people might think. So I just want to capture a few things of Teddy Roosevelt. And everybody said that everything he did was a bully, but he did not mean a bully was someone who pushed others around, right? Wasn't somebody who pushed others around. For him, the bully meant wonderful and first rate. Excellence. Sometimes you have to bully your way through to stop all the interests that want to stop progression. But progression shouldn't also mean taking from somebody else and giving to somebody else. That's not the democratic way. So I implore you to go and take a look at our 26th president. But there's a couple things that I want to focus on. All right? And it's right here. It's right there. When he became president in 1901 after the assassination of President William McKinley, Roosevelt brought his tremendous energy and activism to the White House. He promised the people a square deal. I agree. And by that he meant fair laws, fairly enforced for every citizen. He would not allow big corporations to take advantage of their laborers or their customers. Did you hear that? He would not allow big corporations to take advantage of their laborers or their customers. Right? But we also can't dictate minimum wage. You can't tell a guy how much he needs to pay someone on something that he's brought forward. Humans, we can't exist without corporations. What are we going to do? Where's everyone going to go work? If Boeing doesn't exist, how many jobs go away? If Walmart doesn't exist, how many jobs go away? Sure, you hate the Walton family because why? They're rich. They're rich over 40 years. If you worked for 40 years, you'd be, might not be as rich, but you'd have some money, right? So it doesn't mean that one side takes from the other and gives to the other. It means that everybody is equal. A square deal. Fair laws, fairly enforced for every citizen. Fair laws, fairly enforced for every citizen. He worked to complete the Panama Canal and got the United States involved in international affairs. In 1905, he won a Nobel Peace Prize for negotiating an end to the Russian-Japanese War. He promoted the national park system and conservation. His lively family of 6 children turned the presidential mansion into a playground and zoo with their many pets. But all I want to do is we need to stop getting taken advantage of. Please help me. Call your senators. Call your representatives. But don't do anything. If you are content with the status quo and you're okay with gasoline at $5 now, and although eggs are cheap today, they're going to go up even more. And if you're in a northern state and you're comfortable with not having any fuel and heat in your home because you can't burn gas anymore, because we're picking more winners and choosers and heat pump companies and oil and all these things that will still have to be disposed of and trashed at a later point in time. They don't talk about all that, right? So if you want to continue to be forced to buy electric cars and have a single product that has a monopoly, if you're a cab driver and you want the status quo to continue, then you have Uber and Lyft that replaced your livelihood and your family with one app. This system is out of control. And it's time for somebody on the bottom to ask the questions to those on the top. And as I said, I might not be your guy at the end of the day. I don't need to be. You don't really need to win. What we need to do is stop this repressive way of thinking. Leave people alone and put other people first. I know we don't want to always get into religion and everyone's free, but the golden rule is a universal rule. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. If you're comfortable reaching into somebody else's pocket to take from them, then you should reach in your own pocket and take from yourself. Don't ask somebody else to be something that you're not capable of being yourself. I'm ready to move forward. I never thought leadership was important. Never thought leadership was important until Donald Trump got in the office and started bullying everybody. And then just bullying went everywhere in the country, and everybody started bullying everybody and talking crap and telling people what to do. And then we got rid of him. And then we got Biden, who is incapable of anything. He just shuffles around. He has no conviction. Doesn't believe in anything. I don't even know why he wants to be there. He should be out on a beach somewhere. But because he has no direction, the whole country sits with no direction. And the world around us is brewing. And they're brewing on us. They want to hurt us. They want to penalize us. They want you to pay more in fuel because they don't like us. Well, I don't like them either. Okay? I love you. And I want to love us. Screw all them. If someone's being bombed and they didn't do anything to get bombed and they're a righteous society and believe in freedom for their people, I have no problem giving them weapons. They can owe us some money at a later date. But outside of that, I don't care. Everybody over there on that other side of the ocean, they talk all this crap about us. but they don't run their societies any way better. They overtax their citizens, they spy on them just as much, and they act like they're better than us, while dictators and tyrants lead their countries. No more. It's time for us to focus on you. Please help me. I've spoken way too long again. It's just a bad habit. And thanks. Have a great day, folks.